like right now, I would have to say in today's game, I like it all as far as wing defenders, this and that. But because you're dealing with a different talent, as we've been talking about. But as far as it goes with old school, I think you had more of that defensive anchor, as you mentioned, with the bigs.
Right.
Like when you think
That
of
last line.
the great defensive New York teams, who's the first person you think of?
Pat Ewing,
Pat
Charles
Ewing.
Oakley, the muscle.
Exactly.
Mace.
You know what I'm saying? So you thinking of those bigs.
Derek
That
Harper.
last line of defense.
But then, but if you know Derek Harper and then was on the wing, Starks then was on the wings,
true.
really getting to it.
Right.
Okay, true.
Blocking shit or pushing people a certain
it's
way.
holding.
Yeah.
When you think of the 90s, early 2000 Miami teams, who you think of?
You don't think it's Zoe?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You think of that big, you know that big as your anchor. We can go the same with the San Antonio teams. No matter if you want to say Tim and or Dave, but they both held it down as that big. You classically think of the big as that defensive player, as that one who's holding your team down.
Right.
But for today's game, as you said, like the way that it's designed, like now you have to be pretty much, for you to find your niche in the game, you got to be that good defensive player on that wing as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because so many guys, like, I have to stop you from shooting 10 threes tonight. Excuse me. I have to stop you from shooting 10 threes tonight. So now, what did that tell me? So now, every time, either when that ball is forced to you, or even if I'm off the ball, I got to communicate with Bonzi. Yo, I'm home. So now he knows, like, all right, he's glued to him. I'm glued to you. So I'm just
We're not
giving
worried
that
about
little
him,
defense.
yeah.
Yep. So it's all part of, that language now. I agree with today's game. It's a different defensive anchor or defensive aspect because it's such a perimeter game.
Oh, man. Yeah. 100%.
All these threes, like you mentioned, all these fucking threes, bro.
Oh, man. They're shooting 40. Average are probably, I wonder what the league average is, but it's got to be 30 plus a game per team.
We can find that out.
For sure.
I'm sure it's 30 plus.
I agree.
It's got to be 30 plus.
I agree with
maybe,
that.
Maybe high 30s, low.
Let's see.
Don't matter the team, good or bad.
Yeah, good or bad, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Just give me percent. The average percentage is 36.6.
That's crazy.
But the attempts I'm trying to find per game.
It's probably about 80 attempts a game. So that's probably about 40, about 35.
I know. I think the Celtics were they were attempting like 40 more than anybody else. But, I mean,
it's like half your shot. So
like
basically, it's almost half your,
Yeah, true. And then you got to look at it because a majority of these teams have those players as far as wing players. So,
yeah, it's
the 2s and 3s, what's their job? I got to put up that 3.
Yeah.
The Celtics this year made 16
per game.
Per game. And we're shooting close to 40%. So, mathematician Georgia Tech Wells, if you want to crunch those numbers.
It's gotta be
either way, it's a lot. Yeah.
No, if you go half of it, that'd be, so it's got to be like 40.
Right, around 40.
It's got to be around 40.
So, yeah, I ain't mad at Steve
if
Kerr
you double
for sitting his ass down. Relax. Shot a lot of shots, dog, to go back a little
Man, that's
insane.
crazy.
But that's me.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
Remember to use promo code SHEED when you play. Don't forget to subscribe to Sheed and Tyler on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on Sheed and Tyler Show on Twitter and Sheed and Tyler Show on Instagram.